Hey everybody, it's Jason Calacanis, the host of This Week in Startups. I'm here with Jim Whetstone. He is a Senior Vice President at Hiscox, a great insurance firm. You're going to answer some basic questions about insurance for some of the entrepreneurs in the audience. Yep. What makes you guys different than all the other insurance providers out there?
Well, one, I think it's telling that you guys know about us and that startups are starting to pay attention, because it's an area of focus for us, more so than I think other companies. And just the distribution channels. We give startups the opportunity to purchase insurance directly online, and that makes us unique.
And that's a very unique thing in the marketplace. Most people, you have to go deal with an insurance broker, or you have to go through third parties, and it just becomes very time consuming. And it's really not how entrepreneurs are used to doing something. You're used to just filling out a form and getting what they need.
I think that's right. In that stage of their development, as they get bigger, I think it is important to have that broker that can help you, understand. But certainly, as a startup, having the ability to just get online and get the insurance you need immediately is definitely a benefit.
That's a great first step. And then maybe when you hit 25, 50, 100 employees, that's when you need to get a broker maybe to help you.
Yeah, and I think it varies by company. When they're, because the broker is a consultant to them. They can provide some risk management consultation. So
what is the basic insurance that everybody needs to get for their company? Because you hear a lot of different terms. Do I need director's insurance, general liability? What would you advise my 3-4 person angel invested in startup company to buy?
Well, there's certainly all forms of insurance that you can purchase. I think the one that we're most focused on is errors and omissions insurance, if you will. So the company has made a mistake and somebody's going to sue them. Whether they've made it or not. Somebody claims that you didn't live up to what you promised. You infringed on my software copyright. Those types of incidents. That's really what we're providing insurance for, is where it's the company has made a mistake and somebody's suing them, claiming that they were harmed.
And the key thing you said in that sentence is you don't have to be wrong to get sued.
That's absolutely right. I mean, we see that all the time, where it's just an allegation that you've done something wrong, whether you have or not. And just hiring an attorney to defend yourself against that can be very costly.
Right.
And most startups are not going to have the funds to fund that absent of insurance.
So if I don't have insurance and I get a letter from somebody saying like, hey, here's big law firm, you guys infringed upon us. If I don't have insurance or I do have insurance, what is the process like?
Well, certainly if you do have insurance, you can engage your insurance company, and they're there to assist you. I mean, we pride ourselves at Hiscox as, when that event happens, we put our arm around our client. We're there for them. So a
phone call happens?
A phone call. Hey, I've got this letter. Somebody's demanding some money, alleging that I've done something. I need to defend myself against this. Let's start down that path. We engage attorneys to defend in that case, and hopefully, get to the point where it's resolved without any additional monies being spent.
And if you don't, and you haven't taken the time to just get simple insurance online, basic errors and omission insurance, then you're left trying to find an attorney.
You're calling an attorney if you can find one that knows the business. I mean, certainly we work with attorneys that know the business that these startups are in, and how to defend them against those types of claims.
And you're super aligned with the client, because you both want to just see this ugliness get resolved quickly.
We're both financially invested in it, and so again, we are partners in that scenario, and we're looking out for their best interests as well.
And so, how much money does this run a startup company typically? What's the range of expense?
For the direct, it starts at less than $25 a month. Obviously, as you grow and as the exposure gets greater, then it's going to go up. But just knowing that for less than $25 a month, you can have that peace of mind that in the event something does happen, you've got that partner there with you, a well-known, experienced insurance company to have your back. I think that's
most startups are spending $25 a day on their Starbucks run at 3 o'clock. So it's kind of insane that you don't have insurance. But I think it's because it's intimidating for people, the process. So if people are confused, you have the self-serve. Is there a way for them, when they're confused, to actually engage a person, or is it like self-serve only?
No, there's absolutely a call center to engage a person and talk through any questions that they have. And again, as they get a little bit bigger, if they want to engage a broker to answer those types of questions, they certainly can.
Right. And so you guys are now doing this Leap Year series.
That's right.
What was the inspiration there? You're just trying to get into the startup ecosystem and wanted to make something entertaining?
Well, I think the head of our of that direct group that had that concept, as I recall him telling me that it was We know that business. We know startups.
Yeah.
We wanted them to realize that we do. We thought it was a great way to kind of get our name out there and say, look, Hiscox is there for you, you know, and we thought that was just a clever way to kind of show.
Yeah,
that.
very smart, I think, to come into the ecosystem and just sort of engage everybody in a fun way. And so how do I know I've got the right coverage? Because I went through the forums, and Tyler, who works with me on the program here, he actually got it for his startup.
Yep.
How many forms am I filling out? How much time is it taking? Do I need to have like an attorney, or how do I know what to put in the drop-down boxes? Is
Absolutely.
it really difficult?
I mean, with the direct business, I mean, it's really about trusting who you're working with. And
Right.
again, you know, Hiscox has been around since 1901. We're an established company,
Right.
have been doing this for many, many years. The direct offering, you know you're working with a solid company.
Right.
You know, the process is not that extensive at all. A few questions online, you
Yeah.
can order it right there and get your policy. You know, so it doesn't take that much time. You know, and again, we know what we're doing. We've done this for a long time. Again,
Yeah.
if you get bigger and you want to engage a broker that can help you kind of go through
Yeah.
the more details and
Is that what you're doing here? Is this like a massively profitable business doing 3 or 4 person companies, or is this a way for you to start the relationship really early so that you've got a relationship and you've supported the entrepreneur if they break out and when they get bigger?
absolutely. I mean, you know, obviously that's part of it. But
Yeah.
you know, again, we've done this successfully. You know, in the UK, we have a direct model over there that's worked really well. We've
Right.
brought it to the US as a proven concept. And that's absolutely right. I mean, I look at it maybe in a little different light. I think of it as we're always going to be there for you. So, you know,
Right.
as you grow, we can continue to be your service provider.
Right.
And so, you know, whether you want to come direct to us or through a broker,
Right.
you know, we've got the products.
This is such a great way on a business level for you guys to get lead gen from the small companies that maybe, you know, taking a half day to go meet with insurance brokers is too much work for
Yep.
them, or they're too busy. Just a great way to start at ground zero with them, to just start the relationship
Absolutely.
and help them grow.
Right.
So guys, I've given you a lot of advice over the years. Create a great domain name. Hey, pick your investors wisely. Find a revenue stream. Worship your clients. All these things that we've talked about. There's like very simple blocking and tackling. You need to have a good attorney. You need to have great insurance, or else you're just going to be up at night. And you can't be up at night when you're trying to change the world with a product. Thanks so much for being on the program. And thanks for supporting This Week in Startups as well. We really appreciate it.
Great. Thank you.
Awesome. We'll see you next time on This Week in Startups.